I love the Neo Geo, and hopefully you love the Neo Geo, or at least you should. And that's why today we're going to talk about a popular modification for Neo Geos, the UniBIOS BIOS. But more specifically, the UniBIOS BIOS for the Neo Geo CD. Ah yes, the Neo Geo CD. The unloved and often forgotten stepchild of the Neo Geo platform. The Neo Geo CD has a notorious and often unwarranted reputation for long loading times, which has kept prices relatively low as compared to their MVS and home console counterparts. If you want to ease into owning a Neo Geo without taking out a second mortgage, this is definitely the system to buy. So, what is the UniBIOS BIOS? The UniBIOS BIOS is a custom ROM created by Razula that is compatible with various versions of the Neo Geo. It is basically a modification of the original BIOS that adds many new features to a stock Neo Geo. So while people were collecting the home console, or the AES as people like to call it, or the MVS, the arcade platform of the Neo Geo, the Neo Geo CD, being not nearly as popular, was left out of many upgrades like the UniBIOS BIOS. So around 2010, a user on the Neo Geo forums by the name of SMK Dan created a debug BIOS, which was very similar in functionality to the UniBIOS BIOS. Allows you to do a couple of the things the UniBIOS BIOS can do, but really kick-started this movement to create these different BIOSes and shed some light on the Neo Geo CD. As of this video, the current and only version of the UniBIOS BIOS for the Neo Geo CD is version 3.2, released in November of 2014. Installing the UniBIOS BIOS in the Neo Geo CD can vary in difficulty depending on which of the three CD systems you own. If you own a top loader like I do, save yourself the trouble of desoldering a surface mount chip and purchase the UniBIOS Masta CD. The UniBIOS Masta CD fits on top of the 68000 processor and allows you to fit the new BIOS chip with ease. The hardest part of the entire install is disassembling the Neo Geo CD. Seriously, there has to be at least 200 screws holding this thing together.
If you're using a top or front loader, the first thing you'll notice is the change to the startup screen. Since the UniBIOS is built around the CDZ BIOS, you will see the CDZ boot screen and CD player interface. From this screen, you can access the main menu of the UniBIOS. Here you can configure the region setting of your console. This is awesome because normally this requires a hardware modification for each region. Being able to select this via software is a great feature. The UniBIOS homepage mentions a minor improvement in loading times, but I didn't see any measurable difference. Once your game is loaded, you can press Start and Select to access the remaining features of the UniBIOS. The cheat database is familiar to those who have been using the UniBIOS in other Neo Geo systems. This BIOS contains a large database of cheats that will load with each applicable game. These have been ported from the MVS and AES versions, and as mentioned on the UniBIOS website, some may not work on the Neo Geo CD. So far, I haven't encountered any issues. The debug and memory patching capabilities are great for debugging games, experimenting, or discovering new cheats, far beyond my skill set. The Neo Geo CD lacks a reset button, so the ability to soft reset is a welcome feature. You can also customize the color of your menu, view the contents of memory if that's your thing, or load data to the Neo Geo CD via a PC to Neo USB connection, which I may save for an entirely separate video.
So, my verdict, would I recommend the UniBIOS BIOS CD for the Neo Geo CD? Well, I would have to say absolutely yes. I think anybody who can install one of these should definitely get one. And the installation is made a lot easier with that UniBIOS Masta CD. Now, if you have the CDZ, it might be a bit more challenging even with the UniBIOS Masta, but if you've got the top loader, it's going to be a breeze. So you guys should definitely look into it. Folks have a Neo Geo CD. It's going to breathe some new life into your system. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then be sure to like, subscribe, rate. Oh wait, they got rid of the rating system, didn't they? Well, check out our Facebook and Patreon page.